Looking at these two maps in the comparison between 2004 and 2008, it's clear that the Democrats' vote is concentrated around areas of higher population. These are also areas of poorer population. In 2000, these were the areas which were deprived of their vote by the hanging Chads incident. This year there's been a lot of work to change this problem, and hopefully this will be different this time.
Newt has a ton of baggage. He was fined $300,000 for ethics violations.
Rhino Romney is the least electable, with a long history of rejecting conservatism.
A marathon of mudslinging has engulfed the U.S. presidential race, the result of a new weapon in American politics, the Super PAC. Super PACs were born out of recent federal court rulings allowing corporations, labor unions, and wealthy individuals to spend unlimited amounts of money on political advertising. Super PACs are nominally independent and legally prohibited from directly coordinating their activities with the candidates. But they are often headed by candidates' close associates or former staffers, blurring the line between independence and collaboration.
When a candidate's closest advisors are organizing super PACs that run nasty attack ads, it's impossible to believe that the candidate doesn't have some sort of tacit understanding that this is what they want for their campaign.
Most candidates' official campaign ads emphasize upbeat themes, complete with billowing flags and soothing music.
I believe bold ideas and new solutions will unleash America's creative spirit.
Meanwhile, super PACs are free to do the dirty work.
They also have much more freedom to be disingenuous, to be, if not outright lie, then certainly to stretch the truth as far as it could possibly go.
Just wait until September when President Barack Obama and the eventual Republican nominee start going after one another. You ain't seen nothing yet. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera.
Of course, tomorrow's election is not just for the presidency. There are elections for all sorts of other layers of government as well. In this state, there's a very close run contest between Kaine and Allen for the senatorial seat. There's also congressional elections going on as well. There are also two propositions to change the Constitution of Virginia, so that the ballot paper is complicated and voting is extremely slow. There are already queues forming outside some polling stations for early voting, and tomorrow we expect to see queues as well.
During the worst recession in decades, I worked with both parties to cut Virginia's budget by $5 billion. I cut my own pay to lead by example. We were fiscally responsible, while advancing our most important priorities like education. While I was governor, Virginia was named the best state for business and the best state to raise a child. I'm Tim Kaine, and I approve this message because leadership is working together to tackle tomorrow's challenges.
I think healthcare reform is going to go down in history as one of the great achievements of this president.
Obamacare could cost Virginia up to $2.2 billion. Obamacare will kill jobs across America.
Is one of the great achievements of this president.
Higher costs, less jobs. These are no great achievements. Call Tim Kaine. Ask him why he continues to support Obamacare. We need more jobs. The U.S. Chamber is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Some people look at Washington, concerned that America's best days may be behind us. I know one strong leader who believes our best days are still ahead. I'm Governor Bob McDonnell, and today I'm announcing my support for George Allen to be Virginia's next United States Senator. Maureen and I have known George and Susan for years. Like us, they wonder what the future will hold for our children and yours. It's what motivates George to run today. Will future generations have the same opportunities to achieve the American dream that we did? With George Allen in the United States Senate, I'm confident they will. He's focused his campaign on solving problems with big ideas that will help the private sector businesses create new jobs, unleash our abundant energy resources, and get America working again. He'll work to rein in Washington's destructive spending and crushing regulations, because too often they stand in the way of growth and progress. George's passion to work towards solutions to the challenges we face has only grown stronger in recent years, and I know he cares deeply about Virginia's families and our future. We need George Allen fighting for us in the United States Senate. Working together in 2009, we had some big victories. We've governed conservatively to show Washington that there is a better way. Our victories back then started a wave that washed over the country in 2010. The eyes of the country will be on Virginia once again in 2012. Now, the road ahead won't be easy, but things worth fighting for rarely are. George Allen will need all our help. Now, he has my strong support, and I'm hoping he can count on yours as well. Our great nation needs strong, effective leadership at this important time, and George Allen is that leader for Virginia. Thank you.
So here we are at the White House, the capital of the state of Virginia, in Richmond. We're in Richmond because Virginia is a very close contest for this year's election between Romney and Obama. It's very important to understand that there's something in the United States called the October surprise. Normally it's a mistake by one of the candidates or an important debate. This year's, despite the weather today, October surprise appears to have been Hurricane Sandy and its impact on the east coast of the United States. The President would appear to have benefited directly from his appearing presidential as a reaction to this. With the praise he's received from the Governor of New Jersey in his response from the federal government to the impact of the hurricane, it seems that the impact has benefited the President, and Romney has, although for a while appeared to have a chance of winning the election, appears to have receded. Tomorrow is election day, so we'll find out in the election if this has come to bear. But Virginia, for a while, was perceived as being incredibly marginal, and now appears that it's possible that Obama might well win the state.
If we are to reach real American exceptionalism that can set an example for freedom around the world, we must lead with purpose and unity. Now, in 2004, Illinois State Senator Barack Obama gave us a window into his vision for American leadership. At the Democratic National Convention's keynote address, he said this: "Now, even as we speak, there are those who are preparing to divide us, the spin masters, the negative ad peddlers, who embrace the politics of anything goes. Well, I say to them tonight, there is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America. There is not a black America and a white America and a Latino America and an Asian America. There is the United States of America." Well, now, 7 years later, President Obama prepares to divide our nation to achieve re-election. This is not a leadership style. This is a re-election strategy. Telling those who are scared and struggling that the only way their lives can get better is to diminish the success of others. Trying to cynically convince those who are suffering that the American economic pie is no longer a growing one that can provide more prosperity for all who work hard. Insisting that we must tax and take and demonize those who have already achieved the American dream. That may turn out to be a good re-election strategy, Mr. President, but it is a demoralizing message for America.
Governor, there is no ideology in a storm like this. Tell us about your conversations with the president yesterday.
The president's been great, Mike, I have to tell you, and I'm sorry, Joe, I was calling you Mike. It was kind of hard to hear through here, but, you know, the president's been great. I spoke to him 3 times yesterday. He called me for the last time at midnight last night. I asked me what I needed, and I said if you could expedite the major disaster declaration without all the normal FEMA mumbo-jumbo. He got right on it. I got a call from FEMA at 2 a.m. for me to answer a couple of questions. And then this morning, I understand he signed the major disaster declaration for New Jersey. The president has been all over this, and he deserves great credit. I've been on the phone with him, like I said, yesterday personally 3 times. He gave me his number at the White House, told me to call him if I needed anything, and he absolutely means it. It's been
That's great.
It's been very good. It's been very good working with the president, and he and his administration have been coordinating with us great.
So as I leave you, on the eve of the poll for the presidential election, it's too close to call. As you can see from this poll, Mitt Romney had been gaining quite noticeably in the period before Hurricane Sandy, but it seems that President Obama has increased his lead slightly. So as it stands, it seems probable that Barack Obama will be re-elected in this year's election. It's been a long election, and lots of people have had enough, including this little girl.
I'm tired of Barack Obama and Mitt Romney.
That's why you're crying? Oh, it'll be over soon, Abby. Okay? The election will be over soon, okay?
Okay.
Oh.
Hello, and welcome to today's lecture, which is all about absolute nonsense. And something which actually still today there's a woman standing there. Who's going to speak? Things that are really important in the election, for this year's presidential election.